Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to have a look at the old iPhone 5. Now the iPhone 5 is 6 years old and we're going to have a look whether it's still usable in 2019. So here we go. Now the iPhone 5 surprisingly, it's still really usable in 2019. Nothing great, but still pretty usable in 2019. Now in terms of app support, you can still install all of your social media. You can still install all of your games and your online banking. However, you will not get the latest version of the particular app, especially when you try to download a new app which you haven't downloaded on a 5 before. You will be prompted to download an older version of the app, but it still does install. Now, in terms of online banking, obviously I wouldn't recommend you do it on iPhone 5 since you're running iOS 10, so it's outdated, and from a security point of view, that isn't so great. Now, the latest version of iOS the 5 will support is iOS 10.3.3, and that's it. No more support after that. In terms of general overall performance, the entire user interface, the responsiveness is pretty good. There isn't a lot of lag. You don't find dropped frames. But yeah, once you open up the apps, especially with third-party apps, you do have to wait for a while for them to load completely. In my frank opinion, I have been using the 5S alongside this with iOS 12.3 beta 4, and the animations of the iPhone 5 and iOS 10 are pretty great. They're still nice and quick. However, yes, you will have to wait for the app to load, but they're way better than the iPhone 5S and iOS 12. Now, other than that, in terms of games, as I said, you cannot install PUBG. There's no Fortnite or anything like that, but you can still install games like Temple Run and Real Racing. All of that will work, except you will have to download an older version of the app. Now, other than that, in terms of connectivity, in 2019, still pretty good. Wi-Fi supported. It's on Bluetooth 4.0. You still have LTE. So no issues there. Now, in terms of security, unfortunately, you will have to, get back to the PIN code. So no Touch ID, no Face ID, nothing. You still have the Noble headphone jack down there. In terms of battery as well, now the current one, if you're buying this used, most of the time you will have batteries that are worn out. My battery is a brand new one. So with a full day of usage with a brand new battery, you will have to top it up at least once throughout the day. For a heavy user, at least twice. There's no way you're going to get through the entire day without topping it up. Other than that, it's a pretty decent experience. Now, in terms of camera, the rear camera maxed out at 8 megapixels and the front is at 1.2, so nothing great there. Again, no fancy photo modes, no fancy portrait lighting effects or anything. It just got the basic stuff. In terms of video, it maxes out at 1080p at 30 fps, no slow motion video. Also, that LED flash is just a single flash, right? But I mean, it's still pretty decent provided you have good lighting. It's just okay, because even mid-range phones nowadays, even the entry-level ones, are way better in terms of camera than the iPhone 5. Now, other than that, why would you be looking at an iPhone 5? Well, if you're on a really tight budget and if you are just looking to have a backup phone or just would like a phone to play around with, if you just want to try iOS, now you will not obviously be getting the latest version of iOS, but iOS 10 is still pretty usable in 2019. If you just want to get into the Apple ecosystem, you just want to check out how an iPhone works, you want to look at the stability of the entire system, you can still do that. The App Store is still nice and vibrant. It can still download most of the applications, so no issues there. Especially, for example, Clash of Clans still supports from iOS 9. Where is that? Right there. Still requires iOS 9 or later, so you're on 10. So you still got app support, so no issues right there. Other than that, there's not quite a lot to talk about the iPhone 5. Now, if you're looking to buy this used, you'll get them really dirt cheap, maybe 25 pounds to 40 depending on the condition. Obviously not over 50 pounds, that would be completely overpriced. But it's still a pretty decent phone in 2019. I mean, you can still pair an Apple Watch. I don't have the Watch app on it, but it supports the Apple Watch Series 2. And you can as well pair the first generation AirPods. So in terms of all of that, it still does work. So overall, if I would give it a score of usability in 2019, it would be about 6 in my frank opinion, 6 or a 7. Again, I'm not recommending you go out buy an iPhone 5, but if you just like something to play around, if you like a secondary device, also if you guys are into jailbreaking, 10.3.3 has a jailbreak, so you can do that if you're interested in that and tweak out your device. But overall, it's still a pretty decent, extremely budget version of an iPhone for 2019. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, do hit that like button. If not, the other one's also fine. Please do subscribe to the channel and stay tuned, and I'll see you on my next one. Thank you for watching.